Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Flyer's Ed. You're here once again with Mr. Fister.
We are? Why didn't someone tell me this?
Did you not get the memo?
Maybe I should put some socks on.
Yeah. Or stop clicking random links on your computer.
We're not going to get into that.
No. So, here we are with the... Which one are we at? We've got the Kerbal X2, I believe, in front of us.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, we have the Kerbal X2
Which SOI
here.
are we in right now?
We've just crossed... We've crossed.
All right.
Yeah.
So our current periaps is less than 60.
It's, yes, 57.
I think we're going to be okay with this.
Yeah, it might take a couple extra orbits to get all the way down. We've got 14 meters per second we could use to get it down a little sooner, but...
Let's look for a burn point very close to interface like we did on the last one.
Yep, so boom, right about there-ish. And
give me a negative 16 radial.
Negative, oh, okay. Ah, yes, of course, negative 16 radial.
What does that do to our periaps?
Drops it by a tiny amount. And aggravating periapsis is aggravating. Okay, yeah, maybe by a couple meters.
14 meters per second. There's not much we really could do if we wanted to. So
let's just see.
Yeah, let's.
14? Nope. I don't think that did. I can't even see the silly thing. It's the two periapses are so.
Look at apoaps.
Oh yeah, it's been dropped a little. I guess that's the best we can ask for. It trims about 1.5 million off of our apoaps.
Let's change burn location.
That's raising it. Oh, but it's dropping us deeper into the atmosphere.
Yep.
So...
Question is, what is it dropping us to? I'm having a hard time reading that. That's in the 40s.
Yeah. Let's see if I can turn these off. There we are. That's going to be the way to do it. 47. That's got us down to 47. Oh, let's just check our... Yeah, that's a little sooner. 45.
Let's leave it the way it is. Let's burn it organic. We have 3 craft, each one coming in on a different trajectory. Let's see how they all operate. And
okay, so just leave it at the 57?
We'll just close it. Yeah. Delete it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just let that one fly as it is. Okay, let's
let's set an alarm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need one for... Let's see.
We need one for periaps.
Let's see. Yeah. So, periapsis. And we want to stop... Well, let me see. If it's at 5... We want to stop about an hour before it, would you say? Actually, hold on. 5 hours and 53. 5 hours and 55. Maybe 10 minutes.
I'd say 5.
Yeah. 5 minutes before we hit the... basically, 5 minutes will put us just before we hit the atmosphere then.
Okay.
Because that's 55... 5 hours 55. And way out here is 5 hours and 52. So, yeah, 5 minutes before will give us plenty of time to react to...
Yes, sir.
Anything interesting that may happen. Okay, time warping, because our next thing
time warping
is time warp again. Because we got donor rescue crossing the SOI boundary. Delete on close, jump to ship. Today we are getting these guys.
This alarm clocks.
It's a nice program. It's growing on me. I quite like what I've seen from it. It's very powerful, is the other thing I've been noticing. It's got a lot of subtlety to the way it behaves. Whether that's because of intent or because of the just the behavior of the game, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty cool, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a neat view. The sun and or Kerbin just taking a clip out of the sun there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's see. Just about to cross. Hmm?
That's a diamond ring, sir.
Yeah. Hold on, is that... It says we're still
It
3
gets
hours.
a little screwy, yeah.
I see that, yeah. So we should be crossing it in a few seconds here. There it goes. Periapsis of 10 kilometers, which we were going to let stand because this one's going to do something different as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Let's save.
Oh, yes. The quick save is done. Done again.
Let's Alt F5.
Yeah. Alt F5. All ships on return to Kerbin. But
And
now
our
we need...
time to periapse is 4 hours, 16 minutes, which makes sense. It is right smack dab in the middle of the other two, looking at the alarm clock.
And it's coming in a lot faster than Mark II was. And this one left a lot sooner. So, let's see. So, periapse, 4 hours and 16. So, 5 minutes will be plenty of time as well. Will it?
Now, one of the things that you did in your last season of Better Than Starting Manned, you were in a situation like this, and what you did is you kept burning retrograde, and you kept going in. And it really, you might even remember the episode I'm talking about.
Yep.
Because what it did is, while it lowered your apoapse, which by extension will reduce your interface speed with the atmosphere, it was increasing your landing time something fierce, and life support longevity became a serious problem.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a hard mission. The other issue I was looking at was also battery problems. So I was also recharging the batteries a bit. So no, that one had some serious planning issues. That was the return from Minmus, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
now,
that one also, I screwed up the departure from Minmus something fierce there too, so.
You have a total of 4 minutes burn time with a delta V of more than 4,500 meters per second.
Yeah.
Let's try to figure out, let's try to use the map, how fast we're going to be going at periapse. So let's place a maneuver node at periapse.
Okay. All right.
And
so,
for ha-has, let's do prograde negative 4,500.
Negative 4,500. So this will just... Wow.
All right, so we will be traveling a little bit faster than 4,500 meters per second at apoapse, not counting atmospheric drag.
All right. So we have more than enough fuel for a braking maneuver then.
Yes. Just to continue this part of the lesson, let's make it prograde negative 4,700.
4700. Not significant change.
4,800? We might have reversed it at this level.
It looks like we might have, yeah. 4,900.
All right, let's go to 4,600. Yeah, we're going to be doing around 4,550 total meters per second. So I like our odds right here. What we're going to do is we are going to set a burn node for 8 minutes before periapse.
All right, so if that is at... If periapse... Sorry, let's just do it this way. Periapse is at 4 hours and 13, so we need to move it back 8 minutes, which means it's 4 minutes and 4 hours and 5, which we can just get right off of the... I'm just getting it off... Wow, that's a long ways back, you know.
Well,
Anyway,
let's zero out the prograde.
Yeah. But yeah, that is 4 hours and 8. That's 8 minutes out.
Okay.
Yep. Because, well, of course, that distance is dropping because of the weirdness that's happening with our time passing. It's time passing, but this weirdness with the periapsis is a bit odd. But yeah, 4 hours.
Let's program in negative 2115.
Whoa. That makes it almost a flat drop in, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Well, what that means is that 2115 is where our stage event will take place. So that means our spent stage will definitely be on a re-entry path.
Okay.
Do we want to land this, or do we want to leave it in orbit? Because we could park it up against Kerbal Station 1 with this Delta V budget.
Yeah, we could, couldn't we? You know what? There's no reason to. This ship was pretty badly flawed. With the because remember we had the whole business with the landing legs and the struts blowing the ship apart, and no RCS. So it was a neat ship, but I think we should just drop it down to the planet.
Okay. All right, let's orient to the maneuver node.
Okay. And then we will start and set an alarm. And
this is a ridiculous burn trajectory for what we're doing. This is a Delta V budget that, while flawed, excuse me, our math was attempting to put it on the surface of the moon with more, I think almost 1,000 meters per second available after landing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because we wanted lots to give. We wanted this thing to be able to get home. So 1 minute before the node will be plenty. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So first up is our Kerbal X is coming up to its maneuver node.
Yep.
So before we do anything else, save, and then let's get these guys on their way home.
F5 for safety.
Already done. Yep. Now we're coming up to Kerbal X. Okay, jump to ship and restore maneuver node, because that one had this one has a pretty important maneuver node, if I recall, and it's going to have gone weird on us and added an extra node. All right, so if we delete the spare node, everything should look exactly the way I remember it. That looks about right.
All right, let's call up that. Yep.
Nav Ball.
Let's delete the alarm.
Oh yes. Oh, I thought I told it to delete. I must have missed it. I told it to delete on the first window, but not on the second one. That's interesting.
Let's rotate the camera around the planet, see if we can see the crosshair indicating our landing location.
We do not. I do not see
one.
There
won't be one because this shows us kicking into orbit. Okay.
Okay. So. Well.
All right. Let's.
Yeah, we've got it's a 5-second burn.
Let's burn.
So. Yep.
Yep.
Full throttle to the engines. Here we go. We're just going to juice it. Kill the juice. And that's all we got.
All right. Let's kill the node.
Yep. Boom. Oh, and there we are. We are landing right there. Right in the middle of the mountains.
assuming we go around.
Yeah. Yeah, and the odds of that, it's hard to say with the way this is drawn whether we're going to go around or not. I can't tell exactly what's going on with these two lines. It looks like we're going to go around once.
Right. At this point, the biggest question is whether or not we can get away with popping our chutes. It looks doubtful, but it is possible. Deadly re-entry will really punish you for popping your chutes when you're going too fast. Yeah. But if we can get below where we're not going to, because we're going to be at orbital speed. What am I talking about?
Well, you know what we could do is we could reprogram the parachutes to be a little less, a little more forgiving for the pre-deployment. I was advised.
But if they rip off, they rip off.
Well, yes, but if you set the minimum pressure, this is something that was suggested in my current series. If you set it to around 0.2, the minimum pressure. This is the pre-deployment pressure.
Right.
And if you set it to about 0.2 to 0.3, between 0.2 and 0.25, it actually won't deploy the parachute won't actually even pop out until you're down in the part of the atmosphere where you've severely aerobraked, where basically you're below the threshold where the parachute will tear off.
Okay.
Just because of terminal velocity. It was a suggestion made for the possibility of doing a unpowered reentry in so basically with a probe you could have all the science on the probe, and the probe runs out of batteries, and better than starting manned, you can't control it anymore. So you have the parachute pre-deployed with these settings, and the parachute will still pop out as long as it doesn't tumble in the atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to map view, and let's do the same maneuver node trick to guesstimate what our periapsis orbital speed will be.
All right. So right here.
Let's do
let's
negative 2,600.
Oh, that's
pretty close.
Yeah. That looks like it's about
it's
it.
either a little bit more or a little bit less, yeah.
No, let's try negative 2,400. Yeah.
No.
Yep, that's pretty. Negative 2,600 is pretty much right on the nose. Now, of course, that's on this orbit. If we make a second orbit, that's going to be much. If we do actually skim the atmosphere and come back out the other side, it's going to be much lower on the second pass, right?
Conceivably, yes. Well, not really, because our acceleration forces will be applied at periaps, not at apoaps.
Right. That's
that
true.
aerobraking pass is going to be manipulating our apoaps figure, not our periaps figure, largely.
True.
Periaps will react, but not significantly. Let's stay in the map view for a second.
Oh, map view. Okay, there we are.
Let's figure out what direction is going to be retrograde at time of interface.
Which direction? Oh yeah, so we need a node. Oh, we would need a node with 1 point of retrograde burn. Would that do it?
Very good. Yes, it would.
So right about there.
Right.
Okay.
Let's kill the node.
No. Boom. Boom. Okay.
Let's F5 for safety.
F5 for safety. And things are going to start popping
confident.
In 9
Yeah, we're
minutes.
confident in our numbers.
So yeah, let's just get to our view. And let's get some time warping going until we hit the atmosphere.
Nice.
Here we come. This is either going to be really good or really bad. Okay, and we've just hit the atmospheric interface right there. And we were only slightly off of the angle, but that's okay.
Let's get an engine temperature reading.
Yep, boom.
That's warming up pretty good.
Yep, it is. And we're not even that deep into the atmosphere. Now, this was going down to 37. I'll be very surprised if this thing makes it back out again.
Let's get a simultaneous temperature reading on the parachute. Now there's a way to get them both on screen. I think it's an alt right click.
I think you're right. Ooh.
Yep.
Whoa. Oh, right. Okay. Phew. There's no fuel in the engines. We're okay. We're okay. Yep. All right. The parachute's looking okay so far.
We're performing a hardware-assisted aerobraking.
Oh. Why did those just go away? Yeah, I think we're about to start losing a lot of things here.
Mm-hmm. Let's hope we're not time warping.
We're not. I'm double checking. We're not. Not even a little. I always try to avoid time warping through this part of the reentry, especially with deadly reentry. There's just too much room for the Kraken in here.
Yep. Let's kill vessel and rendezvous display on the Kerbal Engineer.
Get surface.
Fine.
I'm assuming.
Let's turn off SAS. And let's pull down our resource panel.
Ooh. There we are.
No.
Alright, so our blade of shielding has still not...
Well, it's not exposed.
Yeah. Or has not been affected. Oh, you stupid thing. I hate it when you do that.
Yeah.
See, one thing to watch is that in Deadly... Ooh.
Our temperature's going down.
We're okay.
That's because we're increasing in altitude rather vivaciously.
We've passed the periapsis. Okay, well, it looks like we are going to be A-okay here.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's dropping fast now, and the parachute's a balmy 25 degrees Celsius right now.
Right.
It's actually amazing.
Periaps. Coming up, so it'll be a little bit more than an hour, so donor rescue will land first.
Okay. You know, it's actually interesting how much punishment these higher tier engines can take, because they basically, as far as I've determined in Better Than Starting Man, they don't explode until they overheat. Basically,
right.
it's harnessing the overheating code. So using engines as a secondary heat shield is actually a very viable maneuver, especially considering that they don't actually take damage from being overheated.
Right.
Okay. So this thing will be out of the atmosphere here in just a couple of minutes, and we'll be able to begin the time warp. Yeah, a couple of seconds even.
Well, we're not going to begin the time warp until after we set an alarm.
Yes, because we'll need to set one for our next interface point.
Yep.
Because otherwise it won't actually land. It'll just skim through the atmosphere and do nothing, right?
Das ist correct.
All right. So donor rescue is the powered descent, if I recall correctly. So we're going to have some interesting work to do on that one.
Yeah, we're going to be pounding that one into the earth into Kerbin like an anvil.
Yeah. Well, here we go. We're back out in space now.
All right.
So we're definitely landing on the next pass, and it says we're going to land right there.
Yep.
So just on the land, just barely going to miss the ocean. So we'll set it right about here. We'll just drop a maneuver. Yeah. Okay. I'll drop a maneuver node right in there with no action on it and use that as our marker for...
Sure.
That works just as well as anything. Okay.
Gotta click add.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to close the node window. So we'll go 10 seconds before the actual node. Add alarm.
Sweetness.
Okay. All right, so let's
warp over to the donor rescue. Yeah.
I guess we could even just head over there right now, but we'll let the warp take care of it.
Yep.
Except that we're not warping very fast right now. These two are going to be coming in.
The Schwartz.
Yeah. These two are going to be coming in pretty much one after the other, aren't they?
Well, they left pretty much one after the other.
That's true. Although technically Donor Rescue left before the
after.
Other one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It was the second one to leave.
Donor Rescue was the third to leave, but it's the second to arrive. It's going to be the first to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go to the map. Let's get rid of the apparently expected excess node that seems to be forming.
Yep.
And we have a slight shift in our position, but that's okay. That drift seems to happen every time.
Right.
Where's
now,
Corbin?
before we execute this burn, let's puff the throttle just so we have a burn clock.
Yep. Oop. Whoa.
That's not a burn clock.
No, it wasn't. 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
Let's look at the map. This is a very aggressive burn.
That is an insanely aggressive burn. Of course, we're using all four engines on this.
Tell you what, use your throttle to manipulate that landing trajectory. See how close we can get ourselves to KSC.
Where is Kerbal Space Center?
It's right the hell there.
Is this it right? Oh yeah, that's it right there, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I guess we can just start burning then and see.
Yep.
So if I get rid of the actual maneuver node now, I should be able to see the landing point moving across the planet.
Sure.
Right?
Yep. Now, leave it out in the ocean because we're going to be using our power to bleed off even further excess speed.
Yeah, so if we knock it off right about there.
Now, let's look at the surface and see how we're tracking north or south.
Surface.
No, let's position our camera. That looks to be decent. Yeah, that trajectory is just to the north of KSC, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's because there's the island. There's the islands with the secondary airport right there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but I'm looking at the blue one. I'm looking at the blue orbit path.
Yeah, I know. It's a pretty. I know. I was looking at it too. It's a pretty good. It's pretty close. I mean, you just skim when you do a standard launch. You just go north of those islands, anyways. Kerbal Space Center is on the north corner of this little bay, right?
Yep.
Right where I'm circling. So we're gonna come pretty close if we play our cards right.
Let's finagle with the Nav Ball.
Okay.
Let's change. Right now, our current heading is 272.
Mm-hmm.
Let's burn at heading 315.
Okay, so just up here a little.
No.
Okay.
We're still at 272.
Oh, right, 315. All right. Sorry, the other 315. Because we're
Well, that's heading 315. And that's heading 315 mark about 42.
Okay. I was looking. All right, I've just fired up
Puff
the
it a little
engines.
bit. This might be the wrong direction. Yeah, that is the wrong direction.
So
all right,
we need
let's
heading...
instead burn at heading 225.
Okay. As you say, we've got fuel to burn here, so.
Oh, geez, yes.
All right, engines on, and we are shifting south a little. Yeah, that's looking good.
Let's line ourselves up as precisely as we can. And 3, 2, 1, kill it.
Okay. Because, yeah, that's right over the Kerbal Space Center.
Yep.
It'd be pretty cool if we could actually land right on the Space Center.
That's what we're going to try to do.
All right.